Hi, I'm going to show you some of the new features in Pulldownit version 2. You can see the toolbar has been completely revealed. You can drag it and place it wherever you like. I like it docked in the right side. And well, for this demo, we are going to start by creating a box in the viewport. Okay, and move it up a little and rotate it. And now let's shader the box with a shader tool. Open shader tool, and now in shader style there are a couple of new additions: local and good splinters. Good splinter create larger thin planks along the surface that increase width, and let shader the object, set axis to longest axis in the object and shader it, set edge faces for see the fragments clearly. Okay, here are our wood splinters. Let's take some of them to see them clearly. Okay, here we are with the splinter. Okay, let's undo this because there is another tutorial about wood splinter, so I'm going to focus in new local shader style. Set local shader style, and well, by default it comes with several parameters. Let number of centers to 1, and in this way now is pivot based. So if we move the pivot of the object, let's move the pivot. Now when shadering, a cluster of fragments are created around the pivot position. Okay, let's reduce width and shader the box. Here we are. You can see the cluster of fragments where the pivot is located. Let's undo this, and now let's check apply only on corners and click shade it again to see what happens. Very nice. Now the cluster of fragments have been created just in one corner of the box. This can be very time saving. Let's increase number of centers to 3 and shade it again. And now we have cluster of fragments in several corners of the object. Very nice features in Pulldownit version 2. Well, finally, let's uncheck apply on corners. And in this way, now let's increase number of centers to 4. Let's play shade it button. Okay, now we have the object has been shaded with cluster fragments over the surface and corners of the object. Okay, now let's create a fracture body for the box. Orange lines means the fracture body has been created, and turn on stresses view to see the distribution of hardness. White areas are weaker. Let's remove clusterized parameter this time, and you can see there are still white areas. This is because the new param relative to mass. If we uncheck it, everything turns same color, uniform distribution, but when we check it, white areas are created where there are more little fragments. Okay, this way this is going to break in a more realistic way in dynamics. Okay, now let's open simulation options, and we come here with some other new features. We can now use the mass grid for collision, very useful. Okay, and set bake keys to bake the animation. There is this new param quality allow us to set very fast the overall quality and speed of the simulation. Set it as low by default. It's good in many situations. And let's play dynamics. Okay, we have our box falling and breaking, creating little debris in the corners and surface because of the local shader style. Very nice. Let it finish. Okay, we are going to resume simulation. We can do it at any moment with Pulldownit to make the larger fragment fall and breaking against the ground. Okay, we are done. Let's play back the keys to see the result. Okay, the box is falling, breaking with little debris. Now leaning, and the big chunk fall and breaks again. Very nice. Let disable looping. Okay, play back again the final animation. You can force larger chunks of fragments to break again when colliding with the ground object. With the new option secondary cracks in advanced fractures, it is enabled by default. In this way you get this kind of secondary splitting, fracturing of big chunks. You can set the percent of volume you want to be fractured. Okay, and now, well, this is pretty good, but you can see the fragments. Let's check from another point of view. Okay, nice. But the fragments, you can see they are too straight, too polygonal. With Pulldownit version 2, we can even improve the look of the fragments using the new Yagi deformer. For this, just open the window, select any of the fragments, and click on Add Yagginess button. Now, when going back to the same frame, you can see the fragments are much more good now, twisted edge, much more realistic look. Hidden line, you can see the detail has been added to this fragment. And we can, with the strength parameter, we can modify the strength of the effect, increase it or remove it completely. This is a great addition to Pulldownit version 2 to get a more realistic look of fragments very fast, not in dynamics but as a post-process of the scene. Okay, well, let's play the same set with Yagginess applied to see the different look. Okay, play. Yagginess can be appreciated especially in close view of fragments. Okay. Another point of view. Here you can see much better how Yagginess get a more realistic look of the extrusion, the look of fragments. Okay, this is the end of the tutorial.